The Back Sleep Deprived channel. This is the first official video for incoming Scad students or Scad students that are already here looking for a way to figure out how to basically function for Scad, considering there's no YouTube video out for it. So this is the first one. Find it, send it to people you know. This is my friend Nick. You'll see a lot of him later.
Hi, I'm Nick. I'm a sophomore at Scad, industrial design major. Yeah, I think coming into Scad pretty tough, big culture shock, I'd say.
Definitely.
I think the biggest thing is you gotta be prepared for a lot of hours of work.
So if you're expecting to come here and work and do school at the same time, rethink.
Yeah, do not. Working an actual job while doing school is impossible.
Especially for this school.
Yeah.
So definitely rethink that plan if that was your intention.
Not the way to go. You can work while you're home. You have those long breaks.
Yeah.
That's what I do.
That's what I do.
Yeah. For sure. And then another big thing is I feel like you gotta go explore where to eat. Find some good spots to eat.
Definitely. And if you already have someone that's at Scad, have them take you to the better spots because they'll already know.
For sure. If you can meet an upperclassman. Another thing is definitely get to know your professors for your major. I feel big deal.
Definitely. If you can, I know not everybody likes to reach out to the teachers first. I know I definitely don't. But I have definitely found it helpful to basically kind of write down how you function in class. Not all teachers are the same receptive-wise, but if you get good ones and you know how to definitely use rate my professor, that will be your lifesaver for school, and it will dictate how the rest of your Scad life goes, whether you drop out in the first year or whether you die midway through. I can say that.
For sure. I definitely.
I was just say, so that's definitely the way to go for that, but definitely try and reach out to the professors first. A lot of them are really receptive and will reach back out to you because they are here to help you learn. So you can actually take that saying to heart, considering it's coming from a student, because we all hear that shit 4 times a day and don't care enough about it. But if you can email a teacher ahead of time and basically tell them how you work, be like, this is the concerns I have with the class. Just have a one-on-one talk with the professors. Most of them are receptive enough to do that. And if you find it cool, and they might even give you their socials, like my professor does. So for any of you taking Digicom, I will link her in below. Definitely take her. I've only had her for a week, but but she's still decent. So I will have her linked if I remember to link her. If not, I will link her in another video.
Good point. Yeah, no, with that too, for any Indus people out there, you're gonna have a lot of projects where you're physically building something, and you're gonna have a lot of questions. So reach out to your teachers. The second you have a question while you're doing your work, send them an email. Some of them you can text. I just had a teacher, Ben Hobson. He was pretty chill.
As I said, Ben is cool.
Yeah, I love Ben. But he could I could always text him, and then just he'd get back to me and be like, "Oh, try this."
Definitely. Same goes for students, especially for you awkward people. Just try to talk to somebody. Everybody at Scad's awkward. We go to art school. We're all awkward.
Nice.
Most of everybody's nice.
Yeah. Okay.
The only people that might be a little, what's the word I'm looking for? Not necessarily crazy, but one of the ones that seem, I guess, more snooty.
Yeah.
Are probably going to be your architecture majors, which I am one. So I am not like them. But most of them will be the architecture students. And if it is an architecture student, it's most likely a girl posse of architecture students, because they do all tend to band together.
Or a film pro.
Or a film pro. Those two. Because they do think they're higher. But you'll figure that out as you come. But definitely try and talk to at least 2 or 3 people Usually every time I come to Scad within the first week, I try to get at least a contact info of at least 1 or 2 people in the class.
Yeah.
Just in case you miss something, you can always text them, or if you don't know what you're doing for an assignment, you can both run it by each other. That's always a decent way to go.
Yeah, that's definitely really important, especially if you end up with a teacher that's one of those people that's like, I'm not answering that question, like it's already posted somewhere, like go find it. That can be really helpful.
Definitely. I do have a lot of, unfortunately, I do have like 2 of those kind of teachers this quarter, and they will not repeat, so definitely having other classmates in your quarter, like let's say you're on vacation and you can't necessarily go through something, it is nice to be able to contact somebody and see if they can go do it for you. Or if you're like me and also just don't buy a book fast enough.
Yeah, true.
It is nice to have somebody else, because I do have to wait for my book to come. The books are expensive.
It will be.
So I will advise, if you can find them online, do that. That is what me and my mother do. So the first time you get your syllabus and everything, go through it with your parents. The CDC numbers and everything are always there. Always look up the book CDC number, because you will more than likely find it cheaper on Amazon. And if not, I found some books at Barnes & Noble. So going to Barnes & Noble is... just try many other outlets besides the Scad bookstore. And if you do the Scad bookstore, you can rent. I don't advise it. If you're like me and can't keep track of everything, don't do that. Just buy it. Because half these books you buy, you will need for multiple classes in multiple years. And even if you do buy it, you do have the chance to sell it back at the end of the quarter. You won't get full price for it, but you'll at least get money back. And you can also save money by buying a used book instead of buying a new. They have plenty of different options, but that's usually the cheaper way for us who like to save a little bit of cash, which I know a lot of us do, because we all broke, because we're all at this school. So definitely, if you don't drive that much, don't bring a car. Please don't take up parking spots for other people that are here.
Yeah, no,
It's inconsiderate, and you won't be liked. You will be put on Scad Shitty Parking on Instagram. Someone will find you and will post you on there. So if you don't want to be outed, just don't do it.
Yeah, the city's very walkable. Like you can take an Uber. It's not that deep. You'll be fine.
Literally.
Like, I don't know.
I was just saying literally.
Like, it's not that deep. I've been without a car for like quarters here and there, just because like, it's getting work done, and like it's not that bad. You get by. You find someone who has a car, like you'll be okay.
Yeah, definitely. Like, especially if you don't have one, which I didn't have for the first quarter, you're more than likely to run into someone who does have a car. So like, if you want to go grocery shopping or something and you don't want to find an Uber, or you don't want to take one of the Scad trolleys, which I don't think exist.
Oh, bro,
because I never caught one freshman year. I don't think they existed.
Those Scad buses do not attempt. Find another way.
If you are at the Hive, which most of you should be, if you can get to a class by taking a direct bus, take a Hive direct. Do not take a Scad bus, because you won't get there on time.
True.
You won't get there on time. You will never get there on time. It's cramped. You risk ruining your project on the way there. It's not worth it. It's really not.
Yeah, and sometimes they blow up. Just putting that out.
Oh, yes. I have many Instagram videos of things like exploding. It's on my Instagram. I'll link that in my bio as well at some point. Probably won't be today, because I will probably be taking a nap.
That's mood. Yeah, you gotta sleep while you can. Early in the quarter. That's important.
Definitely sleep while you can. But also, do try not to work yourself too hard like I did. Like, you're bound to pull an all-nighter as a freshman. It's inevitable.
It's gonna happen, and like, as you get deeper into your classes, depending on your major,
your load will get lighter.
Oh, really?
Mine got lighter.
Oh,
based on what career you're in,
yeah,
your workload will get lighter, as well as the supplies and stuff you need for your class. It will start to dwindle down a little bit after freshman year. Again, based on what career you're in.
Not for me.
But for architectures and what it seems like animation, maybe illustration. I could be wrong. I'll have my
Yeah.
roommate talk to y'all about illustration because he just went in there. So in like a month or two, I'll have him explain what that video is. But
Yeah,
yeah,
I'll say like for Indus though, it's like freshman year you need a lot of drawing stuff, but then like everyone does, and then sophomore junior year, it's like very much like you're building like a lot of things, so you need to buy a lot of supplies like to build stuff. But then it like dwindles, like then you're kind of done buying stuff.
definitely. And so again, you don't have to be friends with your roommates, but if you can find a friend that's an upperclassman in your major, or just anybody else around, it's a good idea to see if you can borrow their supplies first
True.
before going out and buying some new ones. So like, let's say your roommate has color theory or something before you do. Have them save their stuff to save you from having to go out and buy new stuff. It's such a lifesaver, I can promise you.
Yeah, and until you get into like the supplies you're using for your major, you're probably not gonna finish it. So like you're paying for this like let's say tube of paint, but like you're not gonna use the whole thing.
And the
It's gonna
tube
sit
of paint, I
around.
guarantee you, is like $7 to $9.
Yeah, it's expensive. Or like Copic markers, if you're not like an Indus major or something, you're not gonna like go through them. So
That is a fact too. For the cheaper stores, definitely going to for art supplies, go to Blick.
Blake for sure.
Do not go to Ex Libris. Go to Blick. Automatically cheaper.
Ex Libris is expensive, but they will have like the kits.
Yeah, just say go to Ex Libris for the kits. If your class has a kit, I'm sorry, but you're screwed. You gotta go to Ex Libris.
Yeah.
You're kind of screwed on that one. You can't get out of that.
No, I've made the mistake of trying to like piece it together. It takes a minute.
It does. So if you're willing to go through the work, go for it. The only reason I did it was because my mother was here piecing the kit together for me. So if you don't have parents like mine, and they kind of tell you to suck it up and do it on your own, just go get the kit. It's not worth the time and the effort that we tried to put in to make a kit, and then half the time you have the wrong things.
Yeah, you gotta repurchase. It's really
Anytime you buy from Blake, keep your receipts.
keep
Everybody that I know has always thrown away the receipt. Keep the receipts.
Yeah.
Even if it's like a year or something down the line. I've returned something in the beginning of this quarter that I've had since freshman year that I just didn't realize I still had.
Yeah.
Just keep them. I guarantee you. I guarantee you it will save you so much time.
No, the amount of times too is like I'll buy something at Blick, go to class like that same day, realize like I bought totally the wrong thing and I gotta like go back to Blick, return it. And I'm bad about my receipts. So.
That's fair. If you're bad, also try and find a roommate that, I mean, I guess isn't like me, but try and find somebody that's going to keep you on track, I guess.
True. Yeah.
I do try to do that with my roommate. It's hard because he acts like a little child. You will see him often. He might look like a gremlin half the time, but you will see him occasionally. As for fun stuff, what is... every major in this field has something different they like to do. There's the thrifting stores, there's the mall. The beach is always an option. That's one of the only reasons I brought my car, because I wanted to go to the beach, even though I don't even use my car for the beach. But
valid though.
I was like, if you can find a friend with a Jeep, which I guarantee you can,
Oh,
you're
right,
going
yeah,
to
it's
run into some kid with a Jeep. Luckily, my
somebody
roommate
a
has
Jeep, it's
one.
got- with the ducks.
Definitely. There will be ducks. There will be ducks. Someone always has a Jeep with ducks.
Yeah.
But definitely you'll find somebody that has a car. So again, if you don't have a car or your parents don't want you to bring them down, it's not really the biggest deal.
No, and like for stuff to do just like in the city without having to drive is like you have like the whole strip on like Broaden, like there's a million things, and then you also have like down by the water, like River Street.
Riverwalk.
Yeah, Riverwalk.
Yeah. That's a good place. The restaurants there are expensive, but I'm pretty sure half of you that are watching can afford it because you're coming here.
Mm-hmm.
So it definitely is. It's a good spot. Great places to go. Usually everywhere.
Some bars, some clubs.
Definitely those. You'll find a lot of club people for Scad.
Yeah, some club
If you want
girlies.
more of like frat house parties and stuff, you can always go to the neighboring
Yeah, the
college. You can always go to
yeah,
Savannah State.
Savannah State.
I have a couple friends that do that.
Yeah, or like the
You will have rival
lacrosse
schools because a
party.
lot of people don't like us, but definitely give it a shot. I
Yeah,
mean,
they don't. People don't necessarily love Scad, like, but like, you'll be fine.
Yeah,
Yeah, not our biggest fans.
that's true. We're not the biggest fans of us.
Scad
Like
sucks.
everybody's going to have nicknames for each other. So if you find out that you're in a major and you have found out your nickname, don't take it personally. Every major has a nickname.
Yeah, they all have like a stereotype.
The animation kids are usually roaches because
Yeah.
they're just there through the night all day,
and they're kind of smelly.
every day. Yeah, they do kind of.
No offense. Like all three of my roommates are animation, and they're actually great. They're really
So am I.
great. But in general, like, yeah,
They tend to be awkward. So if that's an issue for you, especially with roommates, try to reach out before. Especially if you have
my
international roommates.
talk to your roommates.
I sent them an email probably like a month before coming to Scad because I knew it was a different time zone, and I had to spend a good 3 weeks trying to figure out who they were before I got here. That way everybody could kind of figure out how to go. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just less awkward if you've talked before you arrive, because like, yeah, you'll talk and like chat, but like you won't really get. It's hard to get to know somebody like instantly. Like you kind of gotta feel a little comfortable, and if you've like chatted a lot before you arrive, it's easier.
And even if you don't get both, just getting one of the roommates is usually better because you can at
Yeah.
least go in knowing one of them.
Yeah, you'll feel
And if
a lot
they have
better.
managed to communicate with the other ones, they can be your barrier. Again, the only ones that are difficult are if you get the international students.
Yeah,
All I'm going to say is good luck.
yeah, they can be hit or miss.
Yeah, mine were definitely a miss.
Yeah, in my case, I'm chilling. Like, one of my roommates is international, and like he's great. He just kind of like does his own thing. I don't know. He's chill.
Yeah, as I say, usually freshmen, especially for the international students, they all kind of have like their own vibe that they already go, and they're going to hang out with the international kids more.
Yeah.
But it's because they've already kind of had their group, and they probably all flew over together because the international kids will get there before you.
Yeah, they will. Like, a lot
They're
of
there
times
like
they'll
a
stay
month
on break,
before.
too.
Yeah, especially if they're on a visa, they'll have to stay on break.
Yeah.
So they'll already have a routine set when you get there. So if you feel like you're intruding or like in the middle, it's not your fault. They already have a groove going.
Yeah, and like they know you're coming in. You got to move in. Like you're gonna come into their life. So like don't feel bad. You know, take up the space you need to. You live there too.
Exactly. Always do that, especially for the ones that are shy, don't like confrontation. Remember, you have to live there too. You do have a say in the room, whether the other people will try to make you think it or not. But you
Yeah.
definitely, again, freshman year will always be the roughest for roommates because you won't have your clan or anything.
Yeah, and most important, like freshman year, if you notice a roommate is like, let's say being like way dirtier than you like are comfortable with, just let them know early. Like tell them early, like, hey, can you please like not do this or like keep this clean or whatever. I don't know, not leave mac and cheese cups out. Like whatever.
Or tuna
it is.
cups.
Tuna cups. Not tuna.
Mine was
no.
tuna.
That's bad.
Especially in
Refrigerate their
Turner.
milk.
If you are like me and you get stuck in Turner, do not go to Turner because it looks like the more quiet dorm. It's not. Hive is the more quiet one.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Turner is the cheapest, but there
Is it really
is because it's just one room.
Oh shit.
So like Turner is the cheapest option. So again, if you're trying to save money, do that. But I will warn you, you will get flooded out if you're not on the 3rd to the 5th floor. If your air goes out, tell them immediately. I made the mistake of waiting a day to see if it would fix itself, and my room went to like 84 overnight.
Oh, yeah, that's a big
and so
thing.
that was just not. Turner is one of the older ones, and it literally was like an old motel, so your hallway is outside.
Yeah.
So definitely have that. I put a bunch of curtains up and stuff to try and divide my room. You can divide it however you want. The Turner beds do bunk, but only 2 out of the 3 beds will bunk. So if you want more space, I do recommend doing that, but also, again, figure out who likes being bunked. If not, everybody sets their room up differently. That room that they show you on the tour is bigger than the actual Turner room, so do not get excited. It does not have a chandelier. It does not have the fancy pretty lights. It is not built like that, I can promise you.
No,
They lied. They lied.
They always lie.
So I was like, it still looks the same because it's built on the same platform. But at the same time, it's not the best.
Now, and another thing, like, if you're looking at some Scad dining hall food and you're like, I don't know if this chicken looks cooked. It's not.
As I say, it's not. Don't attempt it.
Mm-hmm.
If you want more proof, you can also follow the another one of the Scad pages. There's always a bunch of Scad run pages by students exposing Scad for what it is. So if you need those are also there.
Yeah.
I can go try and find those, and I can also link those down here as well.
Not to say it's all bad though. Like, go to Carnival, get a chicken katsu, white rice, no veggie.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or brown rice if you prefer.
You could do brown rice.
They also have sushi there. It's a great place. It's one of the ones that are open later. Because it's open to what, 10?
11.
It's open to 11, but they kind of like stop serving at 10, so you kind of get what's left. If you get there after 10.
Yeah, after 10 you can't choose what you order. Like,
it's kind of whatever's left. Like, if you will get yelled at probably when you walk in. He will tell you what he has on the thing right there. If there's nothing you like, leave, and you might just have to starve unless you have food in your dorm.
Yeah, if you don't have food in the dorm,
that's just a big no-no. Get food.
Yeah, food.
Figure it out. Figure it out. You're not going to be able to
fine.
live off of Scad dining halls. It's not going to work.
No, and like, you're going to be studying late, and you're going to be hungry, and if you can just eat something, you'll do better. Like,
yeah, definitely eat and sleep. Something I forgot to do a lot of freshman year.
None of it.
So definitely do that.
Last quarter, I didn't do either of those things.
So we both learned from experience, and we're still learning, obviously. But that's definitely one of the better routes to go. The Boathouse. Yeah, Boathouse. What were we just talking about?
Dining
Yeah. What is the name of it?
Carnival?
There you go. Yeah, see, you will also be like me, and you will forget the names of things. That's just how much information is getting packed into your little Scad brain. As often as it is, you will be forgetting what the name of the dining halls are. But if you want a good one, please don't fall for the regular dining hall that's in Hive.
Yeah, no, that's
please don't go to the Hive Cafe.
I will say, if you're looking for like coffee or a smoothie, Dr. B's. Okay, it's near Chatham. It's like you can use your meal swipes and stuff, but
where's Dr. B's at?
So what's the name? At Chatham.
Yeah.
Okay. You know how there's, what is it, Ruskin Hall or something?
Yeah.
Okay, the side facing like the main street Chatham's on for Ruskin Hall. Mm-hmm. There's like a little zone with seating, and you can get like coffee or a smoothie there. That's
good to know. See, you will learn stuff every day, especially if you spread your wings like I do. I have probably friends in just about every major now that I can think of.
Yeah, it's the way to go, for sure.
Chatham's definitely a good one. Chatham's not that far of a walk from Hive.
No,
it's a walk I did. If you look it up, it's going to tell you 30 minutes. It's not.
No, they lie.
It's not 30 minutes. I probably do the walk in, 10, 15?
Yeah, it's not that bad. You can even, like, make it to Stoners and back.
Stoners is also another great spot to go.
It's a pizza joint.
Yes, it is a pizza joint. It is not what you think it is, parents, because my mom thought the same thing. Yeah. It is a pizza joint. I can promise you, especially for you black parents out there, it is a pizza joint.
I will say, order those cookies. They have chocolate chip cookies. Order them.
Definitely get the chocolate chip cookies. Don't bother with the cinnamon twist things. They're not. Okay. If you want something like that, go to Papa John's, bro. Don't do that.
And that Domino's on Abercorn, don't order from them.
Okay, good, because I was getting ready to.
No, one time they baked our pizza 4 times, and when we got it, it was just a black crisp, and they made us drive to them. They didn't deliver.
I want my money back, bro.
Dude, we were mad. Because we could see on the app, it kept saying, like, back in the oven. Like, checking it, back in the oven. And then we called, and they were like, oh, yo, you actually want that pizza? And we were like, yes.
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 That's funny. You will get stories like that every day. There is one place that's owned by a Scad alumni. It's called Sputnik.
Oh,
If you love potatoes, go there. We need to go to Sputnik.
Yeah, but don't get there too late. We should go.
Yeah,
they will run out.
Yeah, as I say, they will run out. They're open till 3 in the morning, technically. But I think the latest I've gone is like 1:30. Especially around like Halloween time and everything.
Yeah, if it's a holiday Sputnik, like, it gets busy.
Yeah, but I would like normally it's not. And it's also like right there. You have the Italian place that's on the corner. It is expensive, but if you want like a nice meal that you can... Corleones? Yeah. That is a good place to go to.
Love it.
That actually does cost money, but if you want like a good like fancy meal, maybe even a date night idea, that's a way to go because you can walk there. You don't have to drive.
Yeah, I went on a date there after, well, it was like a movie and then Corleone, so that was really nice.
Yeah, as I say, that's definitely a good place to go. Film Fest, go to it. Go to basically everything you can.
Oh, definitely go to Film Fest, for sure.
As I say, definitely. Even if the teachers say, oh, well, you have to be in class, they're not going to be mad at you if you go for Film Fest.
They don't care.
They genuinely don't care.
No one's going to ask you why you missed class. Ever.
Especially if it's Film Fest week. Yeah. The teachers are going to know why you're going.
Although, to be honest, if you're like me and you miss like 4 classes in a row, like, they're gonna ask. Yeah,
as I say, don't do that.
But like, be responsible.
As I say, be responsible with your absences. You do only have 5, but again, it's only 10 weeks. So if you really think about it, you could use a skip almost every other week.
Yeah.
At some random day. I know the way I do it, even though I get tired, I save all of my skips until after midterms. Mm-hmm. And then right when I get through the midterms and everything, I don't usually take 2 days, but I'll take a day. Or I'll take the day where I have, since you really only have 3 or 4 classes, 4 is crazy, but if you only have like 3 classes,
4 is crazy.
I'll use my skip on the day that I have 2 just so I can relax, and then when I start my week, I can start my week with the 1, and then kind of like build up. But if you do that, and wait till after midterms, you can technically use a skip a week and you'll be fine. Like, you won't run the risk of getting anything. Again, if your parents are like mine, they don't like you skipping.
Yeah.
But I tell my parents if I'm going to skip and a reason why, because I usually use a mental health day. For you parents out there who believe it's not a thing, it is a thing. Let your child breathe. If you want them to get good grades so you can continue to pay cheap for their scholarships, let them take a break. Seriously. I will promise that to you. They are going to need a break here. There will be mental breakdowns. Bad. I've definitely had a couple. And I am not a person to like physically break down and cry. I have not done that since middle school. Scad will break you. Yeah. If you're not prepared for it, Scad will break you.
Yeah, because it's not just like, you're living on your own, whatever, like that college part of it, but also like Scad, you get judged hard. Like, a lot of critiques, a lot of like... Yeah, a lot of...
Scad is not for the weak.
Yeah, you're putting yourself out there and people are, like, giving you honest reviews. Like, some of it hurts. And then, like, that's on top of all the other, like, stress, and you're tired and, like, overworked.
Overworked, underfed.
Underfed, the big thing.
If you're an animation kid, you're underbathed. But, yeah, as I say, definitely that way. For the parents out here that need a way to communicate with other parents, there is a group on Facebook for all the Scad parents. My mom found it a lot. If you find her, I know she's on Facebook somewhere. It should be Michelle Biddle. Considering my mom is a new Scad parent, she probably knows a decent amount more than most of the parents on that website. She is constantly on there. They have they have it in areas, so they have the tri-state area. I don't know what the other ones are. I only remember tri-state from Phineas and Ferb, but like,
That's such a.
so like, that's the only reason I remember that one. But you have the parent groups and everything that are up there, like New York, Philly, New Jersey. The other states up there, they all kind of band together. For parents that have questions with anything, you can bounce it off of other ones. Those sites and everything are there. You should be able to find it for those of you that can't. I might have it linked in another video at some point. I'll see if my mom can send me what it is supposed to be. If not, I'm sure you'll find it. Every parent finds it at some point or another. As for how to bring your kid back and forth, if your kid is flying...
Oh, I would say, like, just have them Uber from the airport to the dorm.
Or if they have a friend that can pick them up, advise them to ask the friend.
Yeah, it's like a 20-minute drive. It's, like, not bad. 25.
And if you feel bad for the friend doing it, like, cash app the friend or something. I've had to pick up plenty of friends and their parents would just cash app me, like, $20 just to get there and get back.
Yeah, it's not that bad. And if you're driving down from wherever...
Ooh. Especially if you're like us and you drive down from New York and New Jersey.
Yeah,
that 13-hour car ride.
It's a long one.
It's a long journey.
Yeah, your wallet's gonna hate you after that trip.
Mm-hmm.
So's probably like your hips. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. It's not that bad. Like once you get down here, it's like, all right, I made it. But...
I also advise that if you are gonna do the trip, leave early.
Yeah.
Leave early. Like I don't think I'll ever leave to come to Scad at the time you left.
7:30.
I can't. That's too chaotic. It is a lot of work, but for when me and my parents leave, we leave between 4 and 5-ish. But again, if you're like us and you're taking like 95 all the way down, it is good to leave at that time, because if you can at least do that, and if there's 3 of you, kind of like how my parents are, me and my parents don't always split it 50-50, because it's not guaranteed that both my parents will have enough time off work to come down. But if it is and both of your parents are coming down, split the trip in 3s. Play to each other's strengths, definitely. I can't handle the cities and everything. That's my dad's forte. So if we leave, he'll drive through like leave New Jersey, DC, Delaware, Maryland. He'll take that. My mom's good on the long straightaway, so she'll take like Virginia, North Carolina, a little bit of South Carolina. And my parents don't like driving down here, so I take the last leg. Y'all definitely have to play to your strengths. Also, if y'all are ones that can't do a trip in one day, find some rest stops and a good midpoint to stop. I would probably say, at least if you're coming from the areas that we are.
Virginia.
Like Richmond?
Richmond.
Like Richmond, Virginia Richmond, Virginia is a good midway point.
Yeah.
To stop. The hotels are usually pretty good, decently cheap.
Yeah, that's usually a nice area. I've stopped there before. Because my mom, when I come with my mom, she likes to stop because I do all the driving. So we usually do like 2 days.
Yeah,
Richmond,
I was going to say, if it's not just my parents, if my grandmother comes, it is just, we will make a stop. My mom will stop for the elderlies, but if it's just us, we will suck it up and take it all the way in just because we don't want to be anywhere.
Agreed.
But it's always based on how you feel. You don't always have to come home every trip. That's just expensive. I messed that up freshman year. My parents drove down and drove all the way back for spring break, which is like a week, to then drive me back down. Don't do that.
That's
or if
2
you're a
days
parent,
of spring break on.
Literally. And so if you're also a parent worried about like, well, if I bring my child down, like, how do I get that? Do what my parents do. I think it is the cheaper option. Drive down with your child and fly back.
Yeah. Yeah.
And also, if it's like a break, do the same thing. Have your kid pick you up from the airport if you don't want to get an Uber.
Oh, God. It's chill.
That's what I do. It's really... Everything is so much easier than it seems to be. I forget what flights my mom takes. She said usually the cheaper ones to get in and out is Frontier. I know most people don't like Frontier.
But they
My
are
mother,
cheap.
my mother doesn't like Frontier either. She despises Frontier. But if it's just her, then it's fine. If not, of course, they have like Delta.
Yeah, they got all the major airlines.
I was gonna say they have all the major ones, but it's really based on how much you want to spend and what times you can spend, because Georgia has recently cut the fly times in and out, so they don't have as many times to fly in and out of Georgia as they used to freshman year.
Yeah,
So that's
it's got a
also
little
an
worse.
issue. So I think it kind of messed up all the parents a little bit,
Yeah,
because it
it's
threw my
weird.
parents off, definitely.
Yeah, mine too.
So I was like, that's definitely always something to think about.
Yeah.
What advice do you have for the parents? That's all I got.
For the parents, I would say get your kid down to Savannah and then kind of let them be. Like, let them just go do their thing, because they need to meet people. I don't know. I know my parents do my location, and at first it was probably uncomfortable for my parents when I was just going out at whatever time. But let your kids do it. They'll make some friends.
Yeah,
they'll learn.
try not to be a hover.
Yeah.
Which my mom struggled with a little bit, but not too much.
Definitely. And if it's first weekend and you're staying through the weekend, you drop them off on Friday, but you're staying
To Monday or Tuesday, like how my
yeah.
parents are.
I would say sure, hang out with them, but
don't kidnap them the entire trip.
Yeah.
I know you're gonna want to, but you do have to let them.
Yeah.
They kind of have to go out and find things. Usually the first weekend at Scad, there's always something for the freshmen to do.
Always.
They'll have rallies or something to go to.
You're probably gonna meet some people you think are your friends but aren't, and that's great.
Yeah, freshman year you'll go through all your phases of who's your friend and who's not. You'll figure out what group you belong in by the time you've reached basically where we are. Or if you're me, you'll just continue to make new friends, because I don't stop talking.
Yeah. be like this one.
But I was gonna say, that's definitely one. For the religious ones that are on here, there are plenty of churches to go to.
Yeah, my
There's
roommates
plenty
go
of them
every
to go
Sunday.
to. Me and my roommate go every Sunday. They'll eventually find people, because again, we go to an art school, so nobody here is just going to straight out be like, oh, I'm a Crit Indiana. We don't do that.
You don't really say that.
Yeah, that's not something spoken about at an art school. It's not. It's not a thing that'll cause issues. That's a hush-hush. But you'll definitely find the right people at some point. You just have to look for them. And basically kind of learn how to ask the right questions. Bring it up in a conversation without forcefully doing it. Because I think that's how I found out my roommate was Christian.
Yeah. Yeah, and some people will be pretty open about it. My roommates were very forward about the fact that they're Christian. They'll sit and read the Bible in our living room. Hey, it's chill.
They're better than me.
I
do need to work on that, but I can't sit there and read. I don't like reading.
Yeah, I don't be reading.
I don't like reading.
Sorry to all of my former C-Tex teachers, but I didn't read.
Same here. Sorry, Miss Neal. Sorry, Professor Neal. I can't.
Yeah, no, Professor Neal is so sweet.
I know. I loved her.
I think I had her freshman year for 121.
Yep.
Oh God. Good. Actually, art history. Kind of fun, kind of not.
You got to find the right professor.
Yeah.
Again, for CTXT 121, which is that first one, if you can get Christine Neal, grab her.
She's great.
As I say, she's an amazing professor. She works with you at the level you're at. Now, again, it's college, so it's not like high school. She's not going to pause the whole class for you. But she will definitely, take you aside during break and be like, all right, what... Are you lost? What are you doing?
Yeah.
Where are you at? Why is this? She will figure out where you're at, and she will try to meet you there. As for accommodations, this goes for students and teachers. If your kid had a what is it called in high school? IS something. I don't know. For kids that need help learning, I don't remember what it's called. Whatever it is, I have it. Take that recommendation list to school. Scad runs it a little differently, but you and your student success advisor, who they'll meet, because everybody will have 4 classes their first year, freshman year, because you have to do like the how-to Scad class. But it's only an hour.
It's not bad.
It's
homework.
it's not awful. It is only an hour. You may not want to go to it. It's annoying. You're gonna be tempted to skip it.
Don't skip it.
Don't skip.
You only
because
need one.
Yeah, you only need one for that class, don't you? Or something.
Yeah, like it's not that hard to show up.
Yeah, it's only 1 hour. You just gotta sit through it, suck it up. But especially with that, you'll get to meet your student success advisor that way, because your student success advisor will be your teacher. Because the student success advisors go based on career and everything else.
I will say though, with that, like, if you're like me and you were a little late declaring your major, your student success advisor will probably change after you declare.
Most definitely.
So, just watch out for that.
Yes. And also, don't worry if you don't have a major coming into here.
Yeah, you're
surprisingly, as sophomores and midway through sophomore year almost, I still have like 6 friends that have no idea what they're doing.
True.
They just have a bunch of, like, I have one friend that has like 3 minors.
Yeah.
They can't declare anything, so definitely don't let that stress you out.
Yeah.
And also, if you have to switch because you think something's not the way it is, do it.
Definitely do it, and you don't even...
I'm mad that it took me a whole freshman year to realize I didn't like what I was in.
Yeah.
But it's better late than never.
Yeah, just do it.
And if you've had parents that go to college, trust me, they get it. Your parents have probably switched classes before. They've done it before. They should be understanding enough. I'm going to hope so. If not,
that's rough.
Poor soul. That's rough.
Sorry.
Like, I can't help you there.
Yeah.
That's a you parent thing. But still, technically, that's definitely the way to go for that.
I think so.
It may be weird, but if your parents like mine, let them have like your roommate's parents' number or something so that they can contact each other. Yeah. Or even for like my roommate thought it was weird at first, but we weren't roommates then, we were just friends. But like my mom has his number and his dad has my number. So if they can't find their child, they're gonna want to go to you to do that. It may be a little weird, but you'll get over it. I got over it. Figure it out. It's just safer that way. Savannah's a big place, especially if you have a roommate that doesn't have a car and just likes to wander.
Yeah.
Like mine does, and you don't know where they're at.
Yeah.
Then it's definitely a good idea to be able to have that.
Yeah, especially
and have that
like
central thing of security.
Yeah, certain parts of the city too, like
you'll learn not to go in.
Yeah.
Again, if you meet people that have been here for a while, they can tell you where to and where to not go.
Yeah.
What are some places?
Over by Monty.
Definitely over by Monty. Unfortunately, we both live in that area, but it's because we want the nice fancy dorms. We couldn't get those yet, so we had to settle. You'll notice that a lot of the older Scad people will be right by the freshmen. You might be like, why? It's just nicer. Yeah, there's more amenities. It's closer to everything. It's just all in all easier to go in that direction than it is to do anything else really.
There's like a couple awkwardly like saying goodbye behind us.
No, literally the most awkward couple thing I've ever seen.
That was.
But genuinely, this also happens a lot in Scad. They don't care. They will just sit there and do that. Not the side eye. The side eye is crazy. I saw that in the camera too.
I'm sorry.
Yo, that was funny. But yeah, like definitely, the shopping centers are close. Again, if you go to the Target Plaza, there's a Big Lots across the street. There's a Home Depot.
Oh, I love that spot. I go there so much. And there's a Chick-fil-A. Okay, right there. So you get your shopping done, get yourself a little Chick-fil-A.
Literally, it's right there.
Make your day.
You have the Wendy's over there too, the Taco Bell. Mm-hmm. There's a McDonald's across from Monty. I don't recommend you go there if you're not a sophomore or above. Oh, yeah, I don't think freshmen can survive that McDonald's.
Especially not after like dark.
Yeah, especially not after dark. Like, you either have to live in Monty or live right across the street at Victory, which is where I live.
Yeah,
I don't
makes
recommend
sense.
taking a decent walk to that McDonald's. I don't think that's the smartest idea. Again, if you're in River House, I have no idea, because that's brand new. I have not been to River House yet. I do have one friend that moved in, so I do want to try and visit River House and see what's over there. It's just really tight.
I've been parking in that garage all last quarter. I had a friend that lived like right there, you know.
Yeah, there's a bunch of off-campus housing right there too, because a lot of the seniors and stuff live over there, so they're kind of annoyed by the amount of people that are there. But
yeah, I think it just
works.
opened this quarter.
It did.
So good luck.
Scad is also a little delayed when it comes to like actually finding space for kids to live.
Yeah.
So parents, just be prepared for your kids to just not have
housing.
Yeah, they just won't have housing.
Housing.
That was literally the whole thing. River House just finished being built, and it was supposed to be finished when we came back in what? When did we come back?
September,
September
7th.
At the beginning of sophomore year. It was supposed to be finished then, and it did not get finished until we came back a week ago. Yeah. They will be behind. Your kids will be thrown all over the place. Just be prepared for it. Pulling your hair out over it is not going to do anything.
Yeah.
The school is not going to budge unless you have enough money to make the school budge, which unfortunately I don't think my parents do. But
yeah,
again, with that Facebook parent group, you can band together with the other parents. Like, I think my mom has a group of 15 moms. And so if something goes wrong, the band of moms comes in somewhere, I don't know.
Oh yeah, my mom's big on the Facebook mom groups.
Yeah.
So.
I just say my mom is definitely. It's also a good way for to meet other parents and figure out what they do, because surprisingly some job opportunities could come in there. Mm-hmm. My mom met this one lady whose kid was just coming down, and she was telling her where I went, what my name was. So some random Scad kid has my information if they ever need it.
Nice.
Which is fine, I guess. But her mom also owns a photography studio, and it's a small hobby. So my mom kind of got my foot in the door for that.
Period.
I guess. So you also have those kind of options, which is nice. Yeah, I think that's a pretty decent rundown.
Yeah, I think that goes.
To kind of brush the surface for everything for Scad. I'll definitely probably end up making a part 2 about how we actually function in Scad. I think that'll be video number 2.
Gotcha.
But yeah, I think that's a pretty good overview of what you kind of need to look for when you get here. Again, for anything else that's small details, for those of you that do see this, if you have a question, again, just put it down in the comments, or if some of you know me personally, DM me. I may not respond fast enough because I will probably be asleep, but that is an option too. There's plenty of options, surprisingly. And yeah, plenty of groups for everybody to be in. Everything. Just watch out for Scad Day. If you don't want to be surrounded by a bunch of incoming freshmen like us, that's the reason we're sitting in a parking lot on the other side of town.
Yeah.
Is because we wanted to escape.
Not the vibe, but the food on the Scad Days is going to be really good, so go to the dining halls.
So if you're going to go to the dining halls, especially the main dining hall, those are the days to go, because the food quality will drop immediately after Scad Day's over.
Yeah. So it's a struggle out here.
Yeah.
You'll make it.
We do be struggling, but you will make it.
It's worth it.
Find a good group of people. I think once you find a good group of people, you're probably pretty much solid for the rest of the time.
Yeah, then you're sad.
And yeah, that's basically.
Yeah.
I think that is a good.
Yeah, as long as you have some people to balance out the workload and everything, and some of the other.
Yeah, especially
issues.
Find friends to help you balance out your social life and work life.
Yeah.
Because I know I definitely can't. That's definitely a huge part, because you cannot just sit here and work all the time.
No, you'll go
because
crazy.
you won't have any people skills, and you literally need that. For those of you that don't like public speaking, you will have to take a public speaking class freshman year.
Yeah, and you're gonna have to present all your work. So
You will have to present. You're gonna have to talk in groups.
just in
You're
the
not
wrong
getting away from it.
college.
If you want who I think is probably the better professor, or one of the better ones, is probably oh my god, I just had his name in my head. Yes,
Nick OG.
definitely go to Nick OG. If you're like me, I hate public speaking. I still do.
Yeah.
I'm definitely better at it because of him, but I still hate public speaking.
No, he did good.
Because he surprises you with it. Like, if you don't see it coming, you're better at it, which is kind of how he teaches. So he does have a good teaching style. Did he make y'all do, like, the yoga day thing that we did? Yeah. Some of his teaching might be a little questionable.
It's interesting.
Some of the time, your brain might be like, what am I doing?
Let him cook.
Yeah, but I was like, let him cook. Let him cook.
No, love Nick OG. Shout out. When somebody made that edit of Nick.
That was the girl in my class.
Stop.
That was the girl in my class, yo. That was for, like, the final video, too. Because I was there when she was taking all the shots. That was my class.
Okay.
Because we helped her put that video together.
Period.
That was good. But, yeah. So that is probably all I have for today, considering this is now a 50-minute video, and it's going to take forever to upload. But I will do a part 2 with probably specifically how we as students go, like probably how you should run your routine and everything, the way I run my routine, the way you run yours. Again, it's different for every major. My roommate could probably do some on that. It's all, yeah.
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah. So that's basically all I have for today. God, I'm short. So that ends the first video. Again, if you have any questions, comment down below. If you know me personally, you already know where to go for that. But until then, this is Mo. This was Scad Brains. That was Nick. I'm out.